Thank you very much for asking me to speak in this meeting. The topic is a bit challenging for me because, first of all, I don't know whether we are doing high quality research, but I do know that we are a very high volume hepatology center. So, just to guide you through my experience over the last 1.5 decades, so see where I come from is a country where we have to always fight with the traditional healing approaches of liver diseases. There are traditional beliefs contrary to what we see in our modern hospitals these days. So research is a far cry when I started. The first approach is we have to make people understand that liver disease is treatable and there are treatments available beyond these. So what we did was long back, we actually understood that unless we have a formal liver organization, an association of the liver specialists of the country, we can never stand. So the organization was founded in 1994. It's called Association for the Study of Liver Disease Bangladesh. But subsequently, we did expand our focus. For example, we established the BSMMU, the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University Hepatology Alumni Association, where we are mainly working to upgrade our curriculum and expand our academic horizon. On the contrary, we have formed a forum for the study of the liver Bangladesh, which is actually a forum that consists of hepatologists, civil society representatives, patient bodies. So it's more or less a body that allows us to work with the patients to raise awareness and make treatment affordable. And I will show you that all these bodies are very important in a third world setup where the challenges are also very high. So with this association, we have tried to attract the international meetings to Dhaka, to Bangladesh. We have hosted the Apasal Single Topic Conference and the inaugural meeting of the South Asian Liver Conference in Dhaka, which were major books in the 2012 for hepatology in Bangladesh, because until then we had not had any major hepatology meeting. We were only hosting local meetings. And we also thought that we have to have our own journal. So we started in a very humble way. In 2008, we founded the Bangladesh Liver Journal, which was glorified with an international editorial board in 2010. The name was changed to International Journal of Hepatology. And in 2011, we tagged up or we combined with the Eurasian Gastroenterological Association. And we now publish the journal in the name of Eurasian Journal of Hepatogastroenterology, which is indexed in PubMed, and we are awaiting impact factor very soon. So what happens is this journal provides us a platform to publish our research, which we think is of good quality, and showcase our activities to the rest of the hepatology fraternity. At the same time, we have also tried to edit books just to make ourselves more visible and to share our knowledge with our peers. So I have been honored to be the editor of all these books with eminent editors and more eminent contributors from all over the globe. There are Egyptian contributors as well, these contributors from India, Pakistan, all the eminent people. So you can see that all these were published by international publishers like Elsevier, Macmillan, and JP. And what this did was, through these books, we could connect to many hepatologists all over the globe who came to know that Bangladesh is a place where there's a group of people who are interested in hepatology. And this was a good way of taking us forward, as well as educating or making the local medical and hepatology fraternity more aware of the recent advances in medical science related to hepatology. And we also try to do some unusual research rather than the usual ones. For example, we did a cost assessment of viral hepatitis in Bangladesh in collaboration with the finance department of an eminent private university of the country. We collaborated with Dhaka University, and we did mathematical modeling for eradication of hepatitis B. And we recently published an article where we justified, contrary to the WHO stand, that even without those vaccines, a country like Bangladesh can achieve the initial target of reducing HBV prevalence in less than 5 years, less than 1%. So you see, these are non-conventional publications which we will not usually expect from a small liver setup, or from a liver setup that is more involved with publishing, with treating than with publishing. So what happens is, when you publish this type of papers, these attract the attention of the medical community, of the hepatitis fraternity, and they get interested in the center, which helps us to communicate better and get connected better. And we also, while we were working in these different areas, we also tried to believe that we could do certain good work. So very initially, we thought that immune therapy hepatitis B was a good area for us to work with, because hepatitis B until recently was or still is the major challenge of liver disease in Bangladesh. So quite some time back, we tried to play with the immune therapy concepts that were available that time. We did few studies, while like this one is a study where we use hepatitis B vaccine with lamivudine, and this one where we combine the interferon reduced dose with entecavir, and the similar work we have done more. So these are the things where we actually through this work we not only gained the international visibility, doing some new type of work from a less known setup, but also we actually were finalizing our research focus, because what I think is that if you make your research focus diversified and go on publishing today on fatty liver, next on HCC, then your center does not grow up. So we do publish in different aspects, but our main strength, we believe, is immune therapy hepatitis B, and we are very privileged to work with an immune therapeutic agent called NASVAC. If you see this busy slide, you will see that NASVAC is a drug which is an immune modulator, which is in the pipeline. And we did the phase 1, 2, and phase 3 clinical trials of NASVAC in Bangladesh, a novel molecule for the first time. And the phase 1-2 paper was published in Hepatology International, the phase 3 in class 1. And very interestingly, these are the first phase 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials ever published from Bangladesh, not only in hepatology, but any discipline in medical science. So the NASVAC was a major boost for us. Subsequently, we have published recently the 1-year and 2-year follow-up data of phase 3 patients with NASVAC who are on our follow-up. And this is for the first time anyone has been able from any center to demonstrate not only finish a phase 3 clinical trial with an immune therapy for chronic hepatitis B, but also publish the follow-up data. And I'm very happy to share with you that the 5-year follow-up data will be published very soon, within a month or two, as I speak today. And not only that, we have tried to contribute to the COVID-19 pandemic also. And that has actually glorified our role as hepatologists in the country and also beyond. For example, NASVAC, we found that is not only a specific immune modulator for hepatitis B, but the drug also was doing activation of innate immunity. And we have tried to repurpose NASVAC for treating COVID-19 patients. And we already have 2 papers, one from Cuban colleagues and one from Bangladesh, which show promise that NASVAC may be repurposed as a pre and post-exposure immune therapy for COVID-19. So what I'm saying is that we have maintained our focus. We have done prevalence studies of hepatitis B, but at the same time, we have decided that immune therapy will be our focus, and we have been able to work with novel immune therapeutic agents for chronic hepatitis B, and not only that, we have also tried to repurpose that in the COVID-19 pandemic. And because of our collaboration and because of our success with the NASVAC study, we eventually tied up with a group of Japanese universities. As you were mentioning, that I am actually visiting faculty at the Al-Ainy University. And now Japan is conducting a phase 1 clinical trial on Japanese patients based on the data that we have generated from Bangladesh. That shows the strength of the research that we did. Because, doing a phase 1 clinical trial in Japanese students is extremely difficult. And here you see my co-PI in Japan is applying NASVAC to me a few years back. So that is one aspect. But we also at the same time realized that only science does not help you grow. Because in a country like Bangladesh, you have to attract, you have to engage with the media. It is the media who will take you to the common people, or will keep you secluded. So you see, whenever we do some good work, like a clinical trial of NASVAC or something, the local media is very interested in us, and these are highly publicized. And these things have helped us to become more visualized, more visible, and people have now tried to believe that yes, hepatologists in Bangladesh at the medical university are doing some good research. So this is also important, I think, apart from science, to engage with the media, to go to the common people and show them that yes, you are working. And we have got recognitions from different aspects. Like This is the document of Bangladesh government seeking South-South cooperation, where there is a chapter on NASVAC. It shows that Bangladesh and Cuban collaboration led to the development of a new immune therapy. And even this book was published by the United Nations and our Prime Minister's office jointly at the UN General Assembly 4 years back. And there also about this book actually talks about 10 remarkable achievements that Bangladesh has achieved through South-South collaboration. For example, our peacekeeping forces in the United Nations, our oral saline, and our Bikash, which is the largest online banking platform in the world. At the same time, it also speaks of NASVAC. So that is how we also got government recognition, and the government also has started believing in us. Not to mention that we have been awarded with different awards from different organizations. And in fact, I was honored to present NASVAC in Egyptian meetings as well. So this is a very important recognition for NASVAC. In 2019, the team of researchers were involved with NASVAC were awarded the Premium National, the highest scientific award of the Cuban Academy of Sciences. And this year, last year, you see that the Viral Hepatitis Foundation of USA has ranked NASVAC as the most promising immune therapy. So these are all based on research done in Bangladesh, where research was a far cry, and traditional healers were the dominant people. So we had to start our struggle, an uphill battle, start working with them, overcoming them, and taking research to this aspect. And you see, the most important aspect is based on our clinical data. NASVAC got clinical registration in several countries. It is not only research product. In Cuba, this is the registration by the Cuban Drug Administration, the product insert and the product. The drug is also registered in Ecuador and in Belarus and 2 more countries, Angola and Honduras. And even in Bangladesh, our drug administration approved the recipe of the drug, and we're expecting the drug to be introduced in Bangladesh anytime. This is the first novel drug to be developed and registered in Bangladesh. So you see, through this research, we have not made grand discoveries, but we have established hepatology and hepatologists in the forefront of medical research in the country, and in also our collaborator in the countries of our collaborating partners. And apart from that, we have done other work also. We know that these times stem cells and these regenerative medicine is also very important, but there's a role in hepatology. And you see, we also work in that aspect, and this is the third paper in the literature that showed some actually beneficial effect of GCSF in ACLS patients. We published the first ever publication from stem cell therapy in Bangladesh, and we are doing stem cell research in this country. We are using stem cells for treating patients with liver decompensated liver cirrhosis. I don't say that we heal them; they get okay. It is a replacement to liver transplantation. No, we don't say that, but we have seen beneficial effects of stem cells, autologous hepatic stem cell transplant decompensated cirrhosis. And for HCC, we have started working with dietary supplements, and then went ahead to introduce radiofrequency ablation and even TACE in the country. We are the only group of people who are doing TACE and also publishing. So you see, to make your center attractive, you are doing immune therapy research. That is the good science. But at the same time, people want to get benefited. So when you are doing TACE, previously all our patients would go for TACE or even for RFA to a neighboring country. Now many of us are getting treated in the country and in the medical university. So this also increases the stature of the team at the medical university, and also the people benefit, and so we get more well-wishers who would like to back our cause. And very recently, we have the university has also recognized us. We started long back, but now we have an interventional hepatology division, the first of its kind in Bangladesh. I don't think many countries have interventional hepatology as a separate subspecialty of hepatology, because hepatology in many countries is struggling. So, but we have achieved that because of our relentless effort in the research and the clinical work, we have been given this opportunity, and I am the working now as the founder, divisional head of the Interventional Hepatology Division of the Medical University in Dhaka. And as I was telling you that we are working with stem cells, we have also formed the Stem Cell Society in Bangladesh, and every year we have a stem cell conference. So we have diversified our focus, but we have remained that we'll do it doing cutting edge research with the technology that we have in Bangladesh. So not a virus clearance, not what Entecavir does to chronic hepatitis B, but some cutting edge research which matters, which highlights us, and you can see that these are all the SEMCONs that we have had so far, and in every SEMCON, the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh was kind enough to give a message. And we have also contributed to the regulatory guidelines that were formulated. You can see that I am one of the members and of the guideline committee that formulated the guidelines for stem cell and genetic disease in Bangladesh. And I was also chosen by the inter-academic partnership for preparing this stem cell statement. So even with stem cells, when we have worked seriously and broadened the horizon. At the same time, we have found or we have understood that only working with research and engaging the media does not help. We have to go to the people also. So the World Hepatitis Days are celebrated in a major way. You see cabinet ministers, national professors, and these type of people, they come to our National Hepatitis Day celebrations every year. The Honorable Prime Minister of the country issues a message. And even during pandemic, we were there. Rather, we're more focused in a bigger perspective. And you see many of them will know the upper general secretary is there. He's the president of the EHGC Association. So these type of people, they come and they engage with us these days. So we try to take science beyond science to the common people also, because what we feel is that medical research and converting a high volume clinical center into a high prestigious research center is a package. Only research will not help. You have to prove to the people that you're also thinking of them. You have to make them aware of liver disease. You have to engage with the media. And there are different approaches from a third world setup if you want to, prove your self-importance. And these are the different advocacy meetings that we do. We also work with, government doctors. We train them. We work with general practitioners. We train them. We even go to rural areas and work with rural medical practitioners, the traditional healers, and try to train them. So the research is not only limited to stem cells and NASVAC, but we also go up to the rural medical practitioners and try to make them aware of liver disease, so that a more or less homogeneous environment persists, a homogeneous referral system, and so on. And we have very well recognized that the problem of Bangladesh is not only Bangladesh's problem, but it's a regional problem. Like we have the Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh, and they have very high prevalence of HCV. You see that they have a 13.2% prevalence of hepatitis C virus, which is not only health hazard for them, but for Bangladesh also for the region. So we went to the Rohingya camps. We made this publication and tried to make the world community aware that the Rohingyas need to be taken care of, not only because they are ruthless people, they haven't expelled from their homes, but they also need the medical care. And you'll be very happy to know that the Rohingyas are now getting free DAs in the camps after this and some more publications came up. And we had this regional hepatitis summit where cabinet ministers, the World Hepatitis Alliance president, the cultural figures, and many important people from the region also came. Our foreign minister was there, health minister, the information minister, but medical university vice chancellor, Bacteria Health Services, many people were there. It's a very high profile meeting where we wanted to show or highlight that getting rid of hepatitis B is not only research, not only awareing the people, but also you have to connect to the region. And we have this very important meeting. The Bengali speaking hepatologists from Bangladesh and the neighboring Indian states of West Bengal and Tripura, we now have a very own meeting. It's a Bengali meeting, entire liver meeting in Bengali. And we have had regular meetings. So, there are different ways through which we try to connect. And during the pandemic, we not only did research with NASVAC, we were on the field. We were the team that even in Delta outbreak, and even before that, we were doing endoscopies. We developed our own way of masks, which we have copyrighted, not patented. And when the entire system shut down, no one was doing procedures, we developed our own SOP and tried to work. And that built more confidence in us that this team is not only doing research, not only treating, but also they're in the field when the people needed these type of activities. And most importantly, now the country is trusting us. We have a COVID vaccine, an mRNA vaccine that has been developed in Bangladesh. And because of my expertise with NASVAC research, I have been chosen as a principal investigator. So I was the principal investigator of the monkey trial. You see me vaccinating the monkey. And you see this type of phase 2 type of things. So we are involved in vaccine development as well. So this is the monkey's lung, which was vaccinated and then exposed to Delta. The monkey's lung, which was not vaccinated. The vaccine was shown to us. We are now expecting ethical approval, regulatory approval for the phase 1 human trial very soon. So if we can do that, we'll be one of the few countries to have our own mRNA vaccine. And very interestingly, hepatologist has been chosen as the PI of this very important project. But you have to maintain equilibrium. Only research, only work, only clinical activities. That's not good. So we are very careful that we also maintain our family life. So we do spend quality time with the family. This was last Friday. We have a Friday weekend, and we do also go out. So, this is a unique meeting that we have. In a typical scientific meeting, we only have research and one cultural event maybe. But this is a meeting where we go out to a exotic resort in Bangladesh. We came back yesterday only from the St. Martin's Island, Equatorial Island, where 50 of us went. There was only one scientific session and 2 days of fun fair. So you had barbecue, you had music. So it was a different aspect. Science was there, but here science is less important. So we do like this, that sometimes we need to, chill out also. So this is a new type of meeting that we do, and you see, the hepatologists enjoying their excursion, the barbecue, the music, etc., etc. So what I say is that for us, the challenge was very difficult. It was very hard, and it is still very hard. This is Dhaka Hapong, the highest peak of Bangladesh, which is peanuts compared to Everest. But after the pandemic struck, the challenge is even greater. It's like the Everest, the highest peak in the world. But we cannot sit idle. We have to work, because unless we work and we try to deliver, we cannot succeed. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity.